Hey, what's up, y'all? Jay Helms, founder of the W2 Capitalist here. And I don't know why I do this, but every time I say that line when I'm recording a podcast, my hand goes up. It's neither here nor there. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're inside the W2 Capitalist Pro community and you're inside what's called the Start Here, Say Hello space. And that's exactly what I want you to do, right? Is tell us where you're from, what's your day job, what are your two current biggest REI struggles or pain points, what do you hope to gain from this specific community, and what are your goals for the next 90 days, right? And that's it, right? I am super pumped that you're here. This has been a long time coming, and that's why I'm super pumped to have you, and I'm looking forward to not saying super pumped again because I'm already getting annoyed saying that, but I'm looking forward to engaging with you as well, right? As we grow this community, as it evolves. And if you're interested in seeing a quick demo at the back end of this video, I'm going to do a quick demo of how the community's outlaid, right? Or laid out, I should say. It's probably a better way to say that. Or knowing why I created this private label social media community to begin with, then keep watching. But if not, go ahead and perform your introduction, which preferably is going to be a video that you can upload or just text, right? Simple text is fine as well, right? But if you're sticking around, let me give you kind of the nickel tour of what we have going on here in the W2 Capitalist Pro community. All right, I'm gonna make sure I hit the right button, make sure. So I'm in incognito mode because some of these spaces and space groups are geared toward or only accessible by the mastermind members. And I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute. But basically, this looks very familiar from most social media sites, right? If you're logged in, it's going to look a little different. You're going to have access to member information and whatnot. But on this page, and you're going to see the home button. Think of a home button as any thing that's going to show up in your news feed, right? That is particular to you, the places that you have access to. If people have posted in there, you're going to see those, right? The other thing, and there's limited content in here because of how I'm logged in through incognito mode. And as we're getting this thing started off, this is where I need your help, right? To engage, post, ask questions, whatnot. But here's to kind of give you an idea of how this is laid out. This top level, this is mastermind members only. So this is a space group, and then below it are what's called spaces, right? Just want to get you familiar with the lexicon here. But these top levels are space groups, and then these areas below this are called spaces. And what you're going to see here, if you're mastermind members only, right? This is a private space for W2 Capitalist mastermind members only, right? If you're interested in joining us, you can go to this and click on apply now, and we'll talk about that. But there are things that we talk about in the mastermind that you don't necessarily want to let the entire world know, right? And the mastermind is a very niche type community, and most of the folks know each other on a very deep level. But what you do when you do have space or access to a space, you're going to see this, right? New posts will show up here, and I'm showing this before it goes live, so there's not going to be a whole lot of posts in here unless there's test messages. But this is where you come in, right? And if you don't have access to this space, or you don't see a post space, you click join space, you get access to it, right? There's other areas here that are going to be off limits. Make an offer. It's a book that I'm writing. It's about to come out. Again, you buy the book, you get access to the space, but that's kind of my resource page for the book. But there's all sorts of space groups and spaces in here. My advice is just go around, click around. But you're going to be off limits when it comes to mastermind members only sections, like this top section up here, and then also down here with a little section we call flat bellies and fat wallets, where there's some workout stuff. We had a group go through 75 hard recently, and which included sharing some very vulnerable pictures, and we don't want to put those out there for just anybody to see. So anyway. That's what the kind of the nickel tour of what our community provides, right? And it does have, once you log in, there's a messaging app that you can message other members, and a member directory you get access to, and that sort of thing. So that's kind of what it is. And the second point I want to do to wrap up this video is to tell you the reason why I created this community in the first place, because there's a lot of work that goes into this. And the number one reason was for the W2 Capitalist Mastermind members. Our private group was originally hosted on Facebook, and they constantly are changing their algorithm, right? Or algorithm changes, which we had no control over. Obviously, we had no say so over, but it became increasingly more difficult to stay engaged. I would miss posts. People wouldn't see my comments. I don't really know what was going on. Depending on when you watch this video, if it's here within the last couple of months of when I posted this, you know that Facebook was down for an entire, I don't know, it was like a day or maybe 2 days. I don't really know, but that just kind of hit home to me. If I want to stay engaged with the people who are in the W2 Capitalist group on Facebook, the much larger group of, it's a little over 7,000 people, I've got to have a platform for me to be able to do that, where I can have a little bit more control and also have the data, right? Facebook owns the data that's on Facebook. And if they wanted to kick me out and before I got any of that information, they could, right? So the original reason was to have a space where I can make sure I could communicate with the W2 Capitalist Mastermind, and to be even more transparent, I wanted a distractionless space where we could utilize to enhance our relationships, right, within the members of the mastermind. I also wanted an environment where we can be in more control. I talked about being in more control of the data, but one of the things also being in control is we can control what kind of ads are shown, if any ever, right? Right now, if you're in Facebook and you're scrolling through, you're going to get an ad about every three or four items in your news feed, right? And most of them are non-relevant. And there's non-relevant posts. All of these are distractions of what I'm trying to accomplish or want to accomplish with the W2 Capitalist community. So the timing's been right to make this move, especially with recent events. And it just gives you guys a space where you can come in, you can log in, and you know we're going to be talking about real estate, right? And that's it, right? I am sure this online community is going to evolve over time, and it certainly will be because of your feedback. So after you find your bearings and after you do your introduction and you start engaging with this community, right, send me some feedback. I want to know what you love about it, what you hate about it, but more importantly, how I can make adjustments to better serve you, right? Look, I am glad that you're here, and I look forward to engaging and growing with you.